Hey, I'm going to talk about my issues with religion. First off, I want to mention that it is the biggest charity in the world. It's billions and billions of dollars for people who think that they're doing good with money. But charity is well more than with it. Most of the donations go to buildings, lots of overhead, employees, lighting, maintaining facilities and such. I think it is more of a social gathering. Most people go to church to make friends, socialize. They don't accomplish anything. I think thoughts minus action equals nothing. So these are my issues with religion, other than it being the biggest charity, when there's a lot of suffering that could be prevented with those resources. I think of it as people being brainwashed from a very young age, on our dollar bill even. It's all over. Think of it as basically fairy tales. I do believe that a guy was nailed to the cross. It was a typical good hippie guy. He was a hippie, but hippie activist. But it was just a good guy. And then over time, like telephone, the things change. So I think a lot of people want to guess and just don't want to admit that they don't know. I'm not saying none of it's true, but I don't trust records that old. I don't trust science that's that old. I don't trust anything. Stories, so it's not just religion. Too much of it is in the past. Can't present anything current other than man-written books. I try to use logic, and I want proof. I think this lacks proof, hard proof. If I talk about animal rights, I can show this is what we are doing to animals. This is the suffering. This is our health. Our environment, God's planet, that's being destroyed as a result of it. Billions of mammals, which are just like us, mammals. Animals, we are animals, but they are suffering. And also, I don't think that we're so much different or special as we like to think. But anyways, then we have holy wars, which have caused immense suffering over generations, over which religion is right and such. I do respect some religions, like especially Budhist, Hare Krishna, Seventh-day Adventists, Rastafarians. They're more about respect, and they support animal rights or other mammal species they care for. Christian Vegetarian Association, ChristianVeg.org, is also another group that promotes it on the fact that as vegans you can reduce world hunger, help God's planet or our environment, our healthcare system, which extends our lives, and such as mammals suffering. Anyways, the Bible has been used to support many horrible things: slavery, racism. It usually actually follows behind the norms. Oppression of women. So those are just a few. I will give you this, since I want hard proof and logic. Pray that all animals will stop suffering in factory farms and slaughterhouses, and that world hunger and all human and animal, mammal suffering will end, and I will believe you. And even if it is true, I believe in being a good person rather than worshiping or kissing ass. If I was God, I would want people doing good things, not brown-nosing me each week. Go out and do something good during that time. I don't care if you believe, I don't care what you do. That's my perspective. But the way things are now, I think God, if it is true, God will screw up. Look at this world. It's full of war, suffering of animals, humans. It's just a mess, and I think he, if it's a he, not a her, made many mistakes and will screw up. So, because we are horrible people. So anyways, now Lakewood Church, biggest church in the country. I used to go there and give out my pamphlets from the Christian Vegetarian Association, christianveg.org, about how it's connected to our healthcare system. It contributes to world hunger. While humans go hungry, animals are well fed, are limited corn and grains, and only 1 pound of flesh for 10 pounds of feed given to them. So animals are actually well fed while people go hungry, and it's very inefficient to convert it, which also leads into the abuse of animals, such as confinement in small cages so they can't exercise, just get a little fatter. So I brought to their attention in a great booklet about how it can reduce world hunger, how it can help our environment, our God's planet, how animals are being tortured in factory farms, and some other facts, worker right issues and such. And most of them didn't bat an eye. They got the literature, didn't hear much feedback. So it only leads me to believe that their members are horrible people in one of the biggest churches in the country. Also, most of them, not that I believe you have to be 100% of anything, but most of them are very hypocritical. They don't go to church regularly. They have sex before marriage. Brings me to another issue of abortion, which I am pro-life for human population control. Also, there's no suffering involved as far as I see it. It's less than giving a dog a needle. Be put to sleep. They're not even conscious. They can't suffer. If it was me, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. If I was going to ruin my mom's life, or if they couldn't afford me, or it was a mistake. I don't understand the logic behind that. With our human population being a huge issue, lack of suffering, they're not conscious, not developed if you do it early enough. So I am pro-choice wholeheartedly, based on logic again. But anyways, whatever makes yourself feel good, go ahead and do it. It doesn't hurt anyone, but half these people that are religious are driving around in nice cars, I noticed, not rather than donating to real charities that actually help, like UNICEF, mercyforanimals.org. So I said UNICEF, I served in the Peace Corps myself, helping many charities from food banks, shelters, Boys and Girls Clubs, and that, like I was saying about abortion, most of them just are against it. They don't help it. They haven't adopted it. They don't go to Boys and Girls Clubs. They don't do anything. They just are against it. So I just find religion as being a bunch of rules that amount to nothing. And they don't reduce suffering. They're just people brainwashed who follow a set of rules from a man-written book. It's like politics or laws. Before laws were created, I think. But you can believe your fairy tales, your myths. Try to guess and predict, and try to make things up and fabricate. I'll just admit I don't know. I'm going to live a good life, helping charities. As I said, I serve in the Peace Corps. I promote for animal rights on a regular basis, which are connected to human rights, as I said. I'm going to continue doing that with all my resources, all my time off work, all of my extra funds, as I've been doing for the last 10 years. You guys can keep believing what you want and live in your own little fairy tale world. Support religion, whatever religion you are. Support people and molest the children. You know, it's rare, I don't use that, but it's supported a lot of horrible things. Holy wars, as I said. In summary, pray to end suffering. If it works, I'm converted. So believe what you want, but your actions are what matters more. So at least do good, and I will support you. Watch meatvideo.com, and check out veganoutreach.org.